Okay, let's talk about a little bit about how malware works when it communicates to the outside world. Let's pretend that we have a malware file. And what the malware file does is it usually communicates with a malware author to a command and control server. So that's usually somewhere on the internet. We have internet. And then we have what we call a command and control. I'm going to call this a CNC box. This is, once again, this is supposed to be a skull. Looks like a really bad skull, or maybe some sort of ghost from Pac-Man or something, but just pretend it's a skull. This is the bad guy's box. This is the hacker's box. What the file will do, what a malware file will do, is it'll actually go ahead and communicate with the command and control server. That means the bad guy itself is actually controlling the file, controlling the malware, controlling commands that he's sending. And usually the file is infected in an organization. The file is actually sitting on a PC in an organization that's protected, and the attacker has full control of that PC. Normally, that's how that works. Now, what we normally do, sometimes what we do is we have these tools, as we've already talked about, sandbox tools. We've mentioned a little bit about the Cuckoo sandbox, other tools. But what the sandbox will do is it'll basically take a file in the sandbox, and it'll basically explode that file, run that file, so as a computer researcher, you can see what it does. And as a computer researcher, you can see that it's connecting to a bad guy's system. It's connecting to a command and control system. Now, sometimes as a computer researcher, you don't want this. You don't actually want your system to connect to a bad guy system, because you never really know what's going to happen. You want to have it a little more controlled. So sometimes what you can do is you can do network simulation. And what network simulation does is basically there's a little computer program, and what this computer program does, and we'll call this network sim. What this computer program does is says, okay, file, whenever you want to go out to the internet, what are you actually requesting? And this file says, well, I'm trying to get to this command and control server. It has some sort of IP address that I'm trying to get to. It says, you know what, I'm not going to actually forward your traffic to this command and control server, but I'm going to respond back, and I'm going to pretend like and let you think that I have connected you to that command and control server. So the file and the sandbox actually thinks it's connected up to the command and control server, while the network simulator has just taken over and has taken over the communications. The advantage of that is you never connect to the command and control server. You're never actually giving the attacker any type of notification or intelligence of who you are and what you're connecting to. And furthermore, if the file is actually requesting more data, you can actually record everything from this network simulator on what the file is requesting. So it makes it a lot easier, and it gives you a lot more intelligence, and it gives you a lot more insight into what malware is doing. All right, I will see you in the next lesson.